Qi
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
This is an explanation of what we're trying to attempt here, what is being attempted, what is being done with medical Qigong. This is to maintain a body that's already healthy, but if the body is not healthy, there's a reason for that. Much of what causes dis-ease in the body is not listening to the signals of the body because you're busy doing something like going to work and you are in need of paying attention to the signals coming from the body, but you don't have time to do that, so you postpone it. If you continue to postpone and ignore the signals coming from the body, discomfort, sharp pains, anywhere in the body, after a period of time, the body, the signals, there's a body intelligence, and the signals don't come through anymore. You basically just get gray, duller, and more unpleasant. One of the signs that occurs from this unpleasantness is in a diseased or uncomfortable body is living in a desire world, a fantasy world, creating alternative realities, trying to somehow create some pleasantness in the body. So when we do these TCM medical exercises, it is mimicking what the body does itself naturally to bring in healing, nutriments, and comfort to areas that need repair in the body. It's pretty simple. We're awakening the natural healing qualities that the body has. And a good example of that is say, with the lungs, the idea of bringing in fresh nutriment or strengthening the lungs, cleaning the lungs to begin with. That's a simple physical exercise. And then strengthening them, it's a physical exercise. And the nourishing part of this lung with color and sound and intention is doing what the lungs would do, the physiology of the body, the natural healing of the body, by bringing in fresh substances into the lungs and exiting out stale and old substances from the lungs. So you're simply mimicking what the body would naturally do. You're reawakening its natural, inherent healing, repair abilities. These are the instructions for the preliminary exercises for traditional Chinese medical Qigong. There'll be 3 groups of exercises. The first group is to memorize the chakras in the body, the 20 main chakras in the body, 20 main acupuncture or acupressure points in the body. The second group of exercises will be to loosen up the chakras, the energies in the chakras, and to free up stagnant energies in the legs. The third group of exercises will be to permeate the body with prana, universal essence, energy, and to smooth out the energy channels in the body. Okay, the 20 main chakras in the body are crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras, halfway between the neck and the shoulders, shoulder chakras, heart chakra, okay, about 10 fingers below, 8 or 10 fingers below the where the collarbones join, the transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button, the root chakra, halfway between the anus and the genitals, the upper knee chakras, located about here, the lower knee chakras, located about here, okay. The ankle chakras, located here, the bubbling well chakras, Okay, the bottom of the foot right there, both feet. The buttocks chakras located here on the outside. It's not on the back, it's more to the outside, upper. Okay. Main center. Okay, directly behind the belly button on the back. Okay. Parallel with the floor if you're standing. Okay. These exercises can be done lying down. If you're lying down, do them with your palms facing down and your legs spread, feet about the width of the shoulders. Sitting postures, width about the feet of the shoulders, back straight, okay, not leaning forward, not leaning back. You kind of get your things. You're sitting on the chair, get your buttocks the edge of the chair so it's just at the joint where the femurs join the hips. Okay, thigh bones join the hips. Just the back part of your way forward on the chair. And if you're standing with your hands, okay, just slightly bent, hands hanging at the side and straight. Okay, I'll go through them once more. Be the crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras halfway between the neck and the shoulders. Heart chakra, 8 to 10 fingers below the shoulder collarbones. Transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button. Root chakra, halfway between the anus and the genitals. The upper knee chakras, lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling well chakras, buttocks chakras, main center, okay, and the palm chakras. Don't want to forget the palm chakras. If you're sitting in this posture on a chair, you want to cross your hands when you're doing these to sit in the meditation postures. Men is the right on top of the left on top of the right, and women it's the right on top of the left. Or you can sit with your palm chakras touching the upper knee chakras. Okay, upper knee chakras, palm chakras, or men, right hand on top of left hand on top of the right hand, women right hand on top of the left hand. Crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras, heart chakra, transformation chakra, root chakra, upper knee chakras, lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling wells, buttocks chakras, Ming center, and the palm chakras. Okay. Those are to be memorized. And we will be putting them up in some form, accessing them, PDFs, so you can download a chart so you can see that and memorize those. First step, memorize the chakras, very important. Next is the second group of exercises will be to loosen up these 20 chakras and then to free up the energies in the legs. Okay, so we loosen up the energies with a sound and intention, thinking we want to loosen up the chakras. You put your awareness in the crown chakra and you make the sound S-O-N-G, and it's the first part, a bit of pressure. You place the tongue on the back edge of the teeth, and you make the S. At the end of that, or at halfway through that, 2/3 of the way through the S, you allow the air to come through the nose and the mouth simultaneously as you make the change to the NG sound. O-N-G. Okay. Crown chakra. Loose. Third eye chakra. Shoulder chakras. Heart chakra. Transformation chakra. Root chakra. Upper knee chakra. Lower knee chakra. Ankle chakra. Bubbling wells chakras. Buttocks chakras. Mingmen chakra. And the palm chakras. Okay. You should do that 2 or 3 times. And now we're going to loosen up the stagnant energies in the legs. I'm going to start by putting the awareness in the crown chakra. Move it to the third eye. Transformation chakra. Then the root chakra. From the root chakra, we move to the lower knee chakra. Ankle chakra. Bubbling wells on the bottom of the feet. And we want to feel it tingling in the bubbling wells chakras. You imagine your two fountains, you're standing on 2 fountains, or 2 fountains are striking the bubbling wells chakras. That's why they're called the bubbling wells chakra. We need to feel this vibration in that chakra. We need to open up that chakra. So from that chakra, we move to the tip of the big toe, tip of the second toe, tip of the third toe, tip of the fourth toe, tip of the little toe. Then we move back and around the heel, up the inside of the foot to the bubbling wells. From the bubbling wells, we move our intention to the ankle chakra, then to the lower knee chakra, to the buttocks chakras, then the Mingmen center, then the Dantian in the front of the body, through the body to the Dantian center, back down to the root chakra, to the lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling wells. Put your intention right in the bubbling wells. Okay, and then move to the tip of the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. then back around your heel, the inside of the foot to the bubbling wells, up to the ankle chakra, lower knee chakra, buttocks chakra, Ming Men Center, and Dantian. Okay. Now this is a very important part of this preliminary exercises to continue to do this circulation until you can feel the bubbling wells on the bottom of the feet, until you can feel a tingling sensation, or you're aware of the vibration on the bubbling wells. You might have to do it 5 or 10 times, but just keep working on that until you get the vibration. Once you get the vibration, then you can move on to the third group of exercises. We'll call the third group of exercises for permeating the body with universal essence, Qi, and to smooth out the energy channels in the body. You begin this first. There are three separate exercises in this group. The first exercise, step 1 of permeating and smoothing the energies. The pathway is from the crown chakra, okay, from the side, between the ears and the eyes, joining at the throat, moving through the nipples, coming down, joining at the belly button, down through the transformation center, the root chakra, down the inside of the legs, lower knee chakra, ankle chakra, bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Okay, first we will loosen up the body section by section. We'll loosen up the scalp. Loose, loose. Do this silently. You say silently, you say loose. Get into it. Get into that area. Loosen it up. Then the forehead. Okay, loosen the ears. Loosen the eyes. Loosen the nose. The jaw. The joints of the jaw. Let the jaw hang down a bit. Breathe through the mouth and the nose. Relax the necks. Relax the neck. Loosen the neck. Loosen the shoulders. Upper arms. Loosen the elbows. Loosen the lower arms. Loosen the wrists. And then loosen the hands. You loosen the chest. Loosen the back. Loosen the abdomen. Okay. Loosen all the organs in the body. Loosen the hips. Thighs. Knees. Calves. Ankles. And loosen the feet. Okay, the hand movement. Okay, when we're gathering energies, we point the palm chakras at the crown chakra, and then we are following just above the top of the hands a line down through the body. Okay, so sweep sweeping down through the body, following the line above the hands. Okay. Gathering energies to the crown chakra, dragging the energies from the crown chakra between the eyes and the ears, joining at the throat, 2 pathways through the nipples, okay, then joining at the belly button, transformation center, root chakra, inside of the thighs, inside of the calves, the bottom of the foot, and 3 feet into the ground. And we do 3 sweeps. This will be the second sweep, dragging the energies from the crown chakra between the eyes and the ears, joining at the throat, moving through the nipples, belly button, transformation center, root chakra, lower knee chakra, ankle chakra, bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies to the crown chakra. Second exercise in this group is to drag the energies, move the energies from the crown chakra through the core of the body to the root chakra, and then through the bones in the right leg and the bones in the left leg to the bubbling wells and 3 feet into the ground. Prior to doing that, we loosen the scalp, loose, forehead loose, eyes loose, ears loose, nose loose, jaws hanging down. Loosen the joints, breathe through the mouth and the nose. Loosen the shoulders, forearm, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. Loosen the chest, loosen the back, loosen the abdomen, loosen all the organs in the body. Loosen the hips, loosen the thighs, the knees, calves, the ankles, and the feet. Now we gather the energies, okay, to the crown chakra, drag them down through the core of the body, to the root chakra, then through the bones in both legs, to the bottom of the foot, the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies, dragging them down through the core of the body, to the root chakra, down the bones in the legs, to the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies through the core of the body, through the root chakra, through the bones in the legs, the bottom of the feet, and 3 feet into the ground. The speed that you do this really depends on you. If you're doing it in a group, then you follow the instructor, but individually you might want to go much slower than this to begin with. After you've loosened up the energies and become more familiar with the mechanics of these exercises, then you might benefit by speeding them up. Okay. But you do want to make them work. You want to be very relaxed with these exercises. The last group of exercises, the third set of exercises in this third group, is the energies start from the crown chakra, go down the back of the head, down the back to the Mingmen center, where they split in two to the buttocks chakras, and then down the outside of the legs to the bottom of the foot and 3 feet into the ground. So you begin by loosening the scalp, loosen the forehead, loosen the ears, loosen the eyes and the nose, then the jaw. Breathe through the mouth and the nose. Loosen the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows and the lower arms. Loosen the wrists and the hands. You loosen the chest, the abdomen, loosen the back, loosen the hips, loosen the legs, thighs, loosen the knees, loosen the calves, loosen the feet. Okay, we're gathering the energies, pointing the palms at the head chakra, dragging the energies down the back of the head to the Ming-Min center, where it splits, goes to the buttocks chakras, then down the outside of the legs, and to the bottom of the foot, to the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the earth. Again, gathering the energies, dragging them back down the back of the head, back, Ming-Min center, buttocks, outsides of the legs, and 3 feet down into the ground. Gathering the energies, dragging them back down the head, down the back to the Ming-Min center, to the buttocks chakras, down the outside of the legs, to the bottom of the feet, and 3 feet down into the ground. Okay, at the end of that, you do meditation. You just concentrate, just be aware of the entire body. It should be very, if you're successful, which you will be after mechanics and repetition is done over and over again, and you're diligent and pay attention to detail, you get very calm doing this. So you now finish off by sitting calmly, being aware of the whole body. You can sit with your eyes open or eyes closed. And if you can't be aware of the whole body, if you're wandering around, be aware of the whole body and the in and out breathing. When you're aware of the in and out breathing, it would be good to be aware of the area around the nose. Some people find that a lot of tension when they do that. So then you could just be aware of the entire mechanics of the breathing, the lungs expanding. Contracting, so it's in breath, out breath. If you wanted to add in counting to give you a little bit more solidness to your practice. Okay. In breath 1, out breath 1. The second in breath 2, second out breath 2. 3, 3, 4, 4. And you would go up to 10. And then you would start back down, backward. 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. So it's 1 in breath, 1 out breath. 2 in breath, 2 out breath. 3 in breath, 3, out breath. Silently. Do it silently. Okay. Or you can just be aware of the whole body and relax, but you want to be awake and calm and energized all at the same time. You'd want to sit for 5 minutes if you're really into it. If it's really gotten very calm and you enter into jhana, I would sit for a half hour, may as well enjoy it. And that will give you a really good solid platform to work with the traditional Chinese medical Qigong, which works with intention, it works with physical movements, it works with sound, and it works with colors to clean, strengthen, and nourish the 6 basic organs in the body: the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, the heart, and the stomach and spleen. The stomach and spleen are considered a unit, a functioning unit. But 6 organs, the stomach and spleen being considered just one unit. Okay. That ends the 3 groups of preliminary exercises that are done prior to the main group of traditional Chinese medicine Qi Gong exercises called TCM Medical Qi Gong.
Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
Okay, the lungs. The first lung exercise will be cleaning the lungs, and you can do it standing or sitting. You can place your hands are placed over the dantian transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button, and men be the left palm chakra over top of the transformation center with the right hand over the top. Okay. So the 2 palm chakras are lined up over top of the transformation center. Okay. And for women, it would be the right hand first and the left over the top. Men, left hand first, right over the top. Okay. And then we're going to lean forward and force the air out of the lungs. It's pulling up on the perineum area, the entire area between the genitals and the anus, gently as we're leaning forward. Primarily, we're emptying all the air out of the lungs. So we're going to be pushing in with our hands on the lower abdomen and leaning forward. Okay, the second cleaning of the lungs exercise, the second part of the cleaning of the lungs, is we are going to be breathing in like a full lung full of air. You're going to move the hands back to stretch the lung out, bend back a bit, not too far. You don't want to be off balance. The head slightly turned up, okay? And you're going to hold it as long as you can. You don't want to pass out. And I'm doing it sitting down. If you would do it standing up, you'd be careful not to fall over. You don't want to get faint and dizzy. I'm doing it sitting down. Primarily, I'm doing it sitting down because I actually don't have enough room in my studio to put the camera far enough back that I can get my whole body in standing up. Okay, when you're breathing in, you're pulling your abdomen in, pulling it in and breathing high up into the lungs, filling the lungs and expanding them. Okay, you would do rest in between sets. Do 3 to 5, 3 to 5 forward, and then 3 to 5 back. Rest in between, and do 3 to 5 sets. So 3 to 5 forward, 3 to 5 back, rest, and then 3 to 5 sets. Okay. The second exercise for the lungs is and we'll do this in stages here so that we will give an exercise for all capacities. And there is a warning that if you hold your breath, anytime you hold your breath, you're putting strain on your heart. It's also how you strengthen your heart, but you do put strain on your heart. So if you are on heart medication, you have very high blood pressure, you have very low blood pressure, you should approach this with these exercises with caution. This first exercise can be done by everyone. And we were going to begin there. If you're really strong, you won't have to do this, but you should try it anyway, just to see if you can do this with ease. And it's quite simple. You're going to breathe out, then you're going to breathe in, a long, slow in-breath. At the top of the in-breath, you're going to hold just momentarily, 1 second, and then exhale. So it's a long, slow inhale, a long, slow exhale. You push the air out at the bottom of the exhale. Then inhale, exhale. Okay, I have my hands on my tin. or placed like this. Okay. Now, when you inhale, we want you to gently clench the perineum area from the anus to the genitals. Okay. Gently as you're breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeezing a bit at the bottom of the out breath. Okay, now this idea with this is to be smooth. A long, gentle inhale, a long, gentle exhale. And from my experience with doing work with breathing, the emphasis is usually on how much air you can take in. But a very important part of working with the lungs is the exhale, to empty the lungs. So you need to squeeze out a bit. Now, it is gentle, so it's a gentle squeeze at the end, but we're not holding, we're trying not to hold air in the lungs. We're trying to empty them out. Obviously, if you empty the lungs out, you're going to be able to take in more fresh air. Now, you would practice this exercise of gentle in-breathing, gentle out-breathing, long, slow in-breathing, long, slow out-breathing for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, if you're capable of doing that with ease, then you can skip this. If you do have high blood pressure, low blood pressure, or on a heart medication to correct some heart deficiency, blood thinners, then you should start with this exercise here and stay with it until you're very comfortable with it, and then move on to stage 2. And that will be holding your breath, and we'll want to take the pulse. Okay, get the pulse on your wrist. Okay, it is, some people like to do it like this here. Okay. Okay. You got to find your pulse. And then what you're doing with this here is this first part of this holding of the breath. You're taking in air into your into your lungs, but use abdominal breathing, and don't expand the chest to its full extent. Breathe in through your abdomen. Slightly clench the anus, just a little bit. I'm going to say we've got about 75% air intake, maybe 80%, not 100%. You're not topping right up, okay? And then you're going to hold until it's comfortable. We suggest if you're just beginning and you have a heart problem, you've come off the deep breathing and you're comfortable with that, let's hold your breath for 5 pulse counts. Ordinary people, whatever is comfortable. Okay? For me, I'm comfortable with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 would probably be okay for most people. Okay, that can be done sitting down or standing. Now, you want to do 6 repetitions in a row without rest in between. So you're going to be taking in a long, slow in-breath, breathing out with your abdomen out with about 75% air capacity, and holding for between 5 and 20 heartbeats. Now, the gauge of whether you're successful is the heart, is the pulse. You want the pulse to be consistently even from beginning until end. You don't want it to disappear or speed up or be irregular. We want it to be even, and even from beginning to the end. That's your goal. If you actually are getting it even from beginning to end, well, then you can increase it to 5 or 10 pulses, and you gradually build your way up to be able to get up to 100, with it being consistent from beginning to end. Okay, the third stage in the lung exercises. The first stage is cleaning. The second stage is we've just finished is strengthening, and this exercise is nourishing the lungs. And it's reasonably complicated exercise, and I am not giving out the full instructions for the minute details of the acupressure points along the meridians that you would need to know in very advanced forms of Qigong. This is streamlined, and from my experience, it is important to be able to get the mechanics down in simple increments, simple steps. So we will be doing the movements, the color, and the sound will be the same for the simplified form and the advanced form. What we will be doing in the simplified form is taking in the energy from the bottoms of the feet, gathering energy from the surroundings, from the universal energy, especially from the earth, into the bubbling wells, up the inside of the legs through the ankle chakra, lower knee chakra, up to the root chakra, from the root chakra into the lungs. Then we're going to hold, and the lungs are going to turn white. The energies are going to swirl around into the lungs, turn a little bit off-white, gray, and then we are going to exit the stale energy from the lungs down the inside of the arms and through the palms, okay, like this. So the movement is okay. So you're breathing in, lungs turn white, energies swirl around, stale energy is pushed out. Okay, the movement, the color white, exiting out the palms. Energy in the feet, up the legs into the lungs, exiting out the palms. Now there's a sound we make, and the sound is okay. Now each one of these exercises has a sound that goes along with it, and it's not a mystical sound. It is a practical sound, and the sound for the lungs is what you want to do is to feel the lungs be stimulated by the sound. It's like you're creating a vibration with the sound that actually affects the exchange of oxygen in the alluvial sacs. Now, when you're breathing in, you want to gently lift up or clench the genitals, the perineum area, and the anus. Okay, and you're breathing in. You're breathing in. You're pulling in the abdominals, gently in on the abdomen. Okay, gently, very gently. No, not pulling in on the abdomen yet. Breathing with the abdomen out, full into the lungs, air coming up into the lungs, lungs turning white. Okay, pulling up on the abdomen, pulling up on the perineum area, genitals and anus and perineum area. Okay, energy is white, swirling around in the lungs, cleaning them. And the stale exercise is pushed out through the palms as you're making the sound. You're squeezing, you squeeze when you're pushing out. You pull up on the perineum area, you squeeze on the abdomen. You're pushing like you're pushing weights. You're really squeezing, okay? Okay, nice exercise. That's for nourishing the lungs. Now you would do that in groups of 6, and do. I would say you do 3 to 6 of those groups of 6 should be sufficient to do the lungs. So we've just completed the lungs. The first step is to cleaning the lungs, spinning forward, back, holding. The second exercise is breathing in long, slow in-breaths, long, slow out-breaths for 3 to 5 minutes, and then the pulse, holding for 5 to 20 beats to begin with, and then extending it depending on your capacity, with the beats remaining consistent from beginning to end, and then the nourishing the lungs.
Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
Okay, kidney exercises. The first exercise is to strengthen the kidneys, and it is done by clenching the genitals, perineum area, and anus. Okay, generally referred to as lifting, but it has been pointed out to me that there isn't really much lifting going on. It's more of a clenching of the area. Okay, so when you clench, you will be clenching the lower part of the abdomen also. Lower part of the abdomen, genitals, perineum area, and anus. Okay, so you're going to be forcing a bit of air out of the lungs. Then on the in-breath, relax the abdomen. Make sure that the abdomen is completely relaxed. Then clenching, air coming out. I like it to come out my mouth on this one here. Can be your nose, as long as your nose is not restricted. Okay, so you're clenching. The hands again can be here, like this here. Clenching the entire perineum area, genitals to the anus and anus, slightly pulling in on the lower part of the abdomen. It's not too strong. It's quite gentle. Breathing out, relaxing the abdomen. In. You do 20 of those repetitions of clenching the area from the genitals, perineum, and anus, slightly clenching the lower, pulling in the lower part of the abdomen as you're as you're breathing out, you are forcing the air out of your nose. Okay. Now you do 20 of those and rest in between. And if you don't want to be faint or dizzy, you want to come back to a normal heartbeat and relax. And then do 3 to 6 sets of clenching the whole area from the genitals to the anus. This can be done lying down also. Now, if you are not in good condition, especially if you are older, this could be difficult to get control of that area again, but it is really important exercise to do in that area of the body. Is very important to have strong. Okay, the second set of these exercises for the kidneys. Okay, the second exercise for the kidneys is a little more complicated, and it's a pathway that we have to, it's a circulation that we are going to have to learn. And the intention begins in the dantian, the transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button, in front, here. And the energies then move down through the perineum area, over the anus, and then up through the tailbone in the center of the spine, and goes up to the Ming-Men center in the back, and then goes on this pathway. It's called the belt pathway. Okay, comes around the outside of the body, okay, to the belly button in the front, and that's the end of the inhale. So the inhaling starts at the dantian, okay, as you're pulling up on the perineum, anus, and genital area gently. The energies go down, come up through the tailbone, up to the Ming-Men center, and around the outside of the body to the belly button in front. That's the end of the inhale. Exhale, relax everything, and the energies go back down to the dantian. So inhale, and the end of the inhale, the energies end at the belly button. Exhale. So inhale, you're at the dantian. Energies are moving down around the perineum area, up through the center of the spine to the Ming-Men center, and then from the Ming-Men center on the belt channel on the left and right side, and meet at the belly button. That's the end of the in-breath. And that whole time you're gently lifting on the perineum, anus, and genital area, okay? And the abdomen is coming in a bit, slightly pulling in. It's fairly gentle. This is not a violent movement. This is not a full flexing of the muscles. It's a gentle lifting or a gentle clenching of this area here. And then on the exhale, the energies are moving from the belly button back to the dantian. That belt channel from the Mingmen center to the belly button, that energies that you're moving there, the intention and moving the energies, the Mingmen center is directly behind the kidneys. Okay? So you're moving the energies. It's the beginning of moving the energies through the kidneys, over the top and through the kidneys, okay, and then relaxing. And when you're lifting up on the perineum area, it's slightly clenching the muscles, the sacs, what holds the kidneys in place, anchors them to the back of the spine and connects them to the other organs. That is being slightly flexed there. And the energies at the same time are being moved around and through the kidneys. So we would do that from the dantian, do the belly button, exhale, energies going back down to the dantian transformation center. Inhale, energies are being moved from the dantian, perineum, anus, up the center of the spine, Mingmen, and around the left and right side of the body and the belt channel to the belly button. Exhale, energies dropping back down to the transformation center. Okay, you do 20 of those exercises and then rest and do from 3 to 6 sets. Okay, the last of the kidney is nourishing the kidneys, cleaning and nourishing the kidneys. And the color is black. The sound is chewy, chewy. And again, that sound should vibrate the kidneys. You should direct your intention right into the kidneys and have that sound, get that sound just right so it vibrates the kidneys. The movement is the back of the hands coming up, okay, up, okay, to the Mingmen center. And same as the previous exercise, okay, and then we'll bring the hands around the front like this to the belly button. We just drag the energies over the kidneys, okay, and then up like this in front, and you form a ball, and then you squeeze and go chee. So the energies are coming up from the bubbling wells on the bottom of the feet, up the inside of the legs. Okay. Into the kidneys. They turn black. Energies are swirling around, cleaning them. And then as you squeeze, the energies come from the kidneys out the mouth. Chewy! Chewy! Now you're pushing in with quite a bit of force, like with your kidneys, and there's a set of muscles right here. You want to flex those muscles. Those are the muscles that are directly around the kidneys, and you want to squeeze, so you're squeezing the impurities out of the kidneys. Chewy! Qi. 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 Okay, 6 of those. And again, 3 to 6 sets of 6. I'm going to just show, this is a bit better to do standing up, a little bit more effective. Let's see if we can get this. Now, when you go down, you want to keep the back as straight as possible. Okay, those muscles, we want those muscles to be flexed. So it's breathing in, energy is coming up from the bubbling wells. Hands at the Ming Men, coming around to the belly button, a ball, pushing in, squeezing with the lower abdomen and the perineum area. Chui! 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 Okay. Chui! Chui! 6 of those. All right, that concludes the exercises for the kidneys.
Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
The liver. And you place the left hand over top of the transformation center with the right hand over the top. Okay. And women, the right hand over the transformation center, the left over the top. Okay. Now we want to breathe in slowly. And on the exhale, we want to make this really soft sound like you would make when you were hushing a small child. It's hush. Okay. Quieting the liver down. And we make a ball shape with our hands in front of the transformation center, Dian-Tien. Energy ball, really soft energy. And then we're going to lift that energy ball up. Okay, and we're going to pull it down, okay, through the crown chakra and bring it to these points on the side of our body right here. It's just if your top finger would just be by your nipples, okay? Okay, and the ball's right by the nipples, and then the palms are in the Q-min center, okay? To go 6 circles in one direction, okay? And then reverse it, 6 circles in the opposite direction, okay? And then we'll lean from side to side 4 times on each side. Nice and slow, very gentle. 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4. Now we move our hands down to this, just below the lower rib here and on the sides, just below the lower ribs on the sides, and 6 circles. 6, and then reverse it. 5, 6. And you place your hands over the dantian, okay, and you lean forward and back. Squeezing your perineum area forward. Back. Squeezing. On the 4th time, you bring your hands down the inside of your legs and you point your index fingers at your big toe. Okay. Do 6 sets, 6 of those repetitions, and 3 to 6 sets. Okay, that will end the first part of the liver Qi Gong. Second liver exercise. Place your hands over the transformation center, men, left palm chakra first, with the right over the top. Women, right palm chakra first, with the left over the top. And the liver, okay, we want the liver channels. The liver channels, the channels will be the energies coming up from the bubbling wells, the inside of the legs, okay, up here, and they're going to go right to this right to this point, right about here. Okay, we'll say just by the floating rib there, just by the lower rib, right on the side there. Okay, see your liver is right underneath there. Okay, but on both sides, all the channels are symmetrical, even though the organs are asymmetrical, in this case asymmetrical. But regardless, we bring the energies up to this point here, okay? And at the same time, when the energies get here, the liver is going to turn light green color, okay? Hands over the dantian, breathing in. Energy to these points, the liver light green, soft green, and then you're going to make this very soft sound as you lean forward and pull up and squeeze the liver. Okay, as you lean forward, the eyes are wide open. Energy is coming up from the bubbling wells inside of the thighs to the Qi Min point, into the liver. Energy is coming into the liver. The liver turns very light, soft spring green. Clenching the perineum area, genitals, and anal area, pulling in slightly with the lower part of the abdomen as you squeeze the liver. Energy is coming up as you breathe in from the bubbling wells inside of the legs into the 2 points here, and the liver turns green. Exhale, squeezing the perineum area, leaning forward, making the eyes wide open. When you are doing this exercise, you're looking right into the liver, okay? Energy's up into the liver. Bringing the energies up on the inhale. These points, liver's light green. You're looking right into the liver. Open the eyes wide open and lean forward. Soft, gentle and soft, gentle and soft. Liver is light green.
Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
Heart exercise. Bringing the energies up, taking an in-breath, and then the arms move up. Heart turns red. Okay. Energies are being raised up. Intention is raising the energies up from the bubbling wells, the inside of the legs, and into the heart. Okay, like this. Into the heart. Okay, and then we're moving it from the heart up the inside of the arms, down the armpit, inside of the arms, and out the palms. Curve. So fresh energy coming in. Raise the arms. Stale energy is going out through the palms. Okay. Energies from the bubbling wells up into the heart. It's a hard one on the throat. And it's halfway between her and her and cur. Now you can do these two ways. If you take a breath first, and then exhale, or you can breathe as you're raising your hands up if it's too hard for you to hold your breath. Heart red. Okay, pathway is up the inside of the legs, here like this, and into the heart. And then on the exhale, it's from the heart down the inside of the arms, out the palms, inside of the arms, out the palms. Stale energy. Fresh energy coming in. Stale energy going out the palms. Fresh energy coming in. Heart turns red. Swirls around, cleans and nourishes. Stale energies go out the palm chakras. Fresh energies coming in. Stale energies exiting. Okay, give an exercise for all capacities, and there is a warning that if you hold your breath, anytime you hold your breath, you're putting strain on your heart. It's also how you strengthen your heart, but you do put strain on your heart. So if you are on heart medication, you have very high blood pressure, you have very low blood pressure, you should approach this with these exercises with caution. This first exercise can be done by everyone. And we were going to begin there. If you're really strong, you won't have to do this, but you should try it anyway, just to see if you can do this with ease. And it's quite simple. You're going to breathe out, then you're going to breathe in, a long, slow in breath. At the top of the in breath, you're going to hold just momentarily, 1 second, and then exhale. So it's a long, slow inhale, a long, slow exhale. You push the air out at the bottom of the exhale. Then inhale, exhale. Okay, I have my hands on my dantian, or placed like this. Okay. Now, when you inhale, we want you to gently clench the perineum area from the anus to the genitals. Okay. Gently as you're breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeezing a bit at the bottom of the out breath. Okay, now this idea with this is to be smooth. A long, gentle inhale, a long, gentle exhale. And from my experience with doing work with breathing, the emphasis is usually on how much air you can take in. But a very important part of working with the lungs is the exhale of gentle in-breathing, gentle out-breathing, long, slow in-breathing, long, slow out-breathing for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, if you're capable of doing that with ease, then you can skip this. If you do have high blood pressure, low blood pressure, or on a heart medication to correct some heart deficiency, blood thinners, then you should start with this exercise here and stay with it until you're very comfortable with it, and then move on to stage 2. And that will be holding your breath, and we'll want to take the pulse. Okay, get the pulse on your wrist. Okay, it is, some people like to do it like this here. Okay. Okay. You got to find your pulse. And then what you're doing with this here is this first part of this holding of the breath. You're taking in air into your into your lungs, but use abdominal breathing, and don't expand the chest to its full extent. Breathe in through your abdomen. Slightly clench the anus, just a little bit. I'm going to say we've got about 75% air intake, maybe 80%, not 100%. You're not topping right up, okay? And then you're going to hold until it's comfortable. We suggest if you're just beginning and you have a heart problem, you've come off the deep breathing and you're comfortable with that, let's hold your breath for 5 pulse counts. Ordinary people, whatever is comfortable. Okay? For me, I'm comfortable with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 would probably be okay for most people. Okay, that can be done sitting down or standing. Now, you want to do 6 repetitions in a row without rest in between. So you're going to be taking in a long, slow in-breath, breathing out with your abdomen out with about 75% air capacity, and holding for between 5 and 20 heartbeats. Now, the gauge of whether you're successful is the heart, is the pulse. You want the pulse to be consistently even from beginning until end. You don't want it to disappear or speed up or be irregular. We want it to be even, and even from beginning to the end. That's your goal. If you actually are getting it even from beginning to end, well, then you can increase it to 5 or 10 pulses, and you gradually build your way up to be able to get up to what, 100, with it being consistent from beginning to end.
Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
Okay, this exercise is for the stomach and the spleen. You always get set, be calm, focused, and you're placing your right hand's fingers, 3 fingers, on it's just by this near the heart chakra. Okay, and you're making a circle. It's a clockwise circle. That means if your hands are on the top of the circle, you're starting and moving to your left in a circular movement. Okay, 21 times. And then you continue the circling movement, okay, down the center line. Nice and slow, gentle, okay, all the way down, lower, almost to the pubic bone there. Then you bring them up the side, just pushing in, quite firmly in, okay, up to this point again, and then down, okay, up and down, up and down, okay, do 21 of these. Okay, then with your right hand, use the 3 fingers, the right hand, okay, and you're going to circle the belly button, okay. Clockwise, 21. Okay. Start with the right hand, and then the left hand, the opposite direction, anti-clockwise, 21 times. Okay, that's 21. Now we're going to start on the right side. You push the thumb should be forward. Okay, right below the hand, like this, right below the floating rib, and the left hand will be right below the nipple, and you're going to squeeze. And then the hand is going to go down the inside of the right thigh, over top of the kneecap, okay, back to the heel, around the toes, back up. Okay, and you put the hand the other way around, left hand, okay, like this, right here on top. Okay, you do that movement. You work your way up to 21. It might be difficult to do that at first, but you do work your way up to 21. Stomach and spleen. This exercise is for the spleen. Okay. Energy is coming up. And then the right palm up, the left down. Then the energy is coming up. Left palm up, right palm down. Okay. Energy is coming up. Right palm up, left down. Energy is coming up, left palm up, right down. Okay, that's the movement. The spleen is located. The reason they group these two together is the spleen is actually tucked right on the bottom side of the stomach. The stomach is right here, okay? And the spleen is kind of glued to the bottom side of the stomach. So when we bring these energies up, okay, both sides, same, but the spleen is going to turn yellow. Okay, it's going to be cleaning it and nourishing it. Okay, and the stale energies as the right palm goes up and the left down. Whew. Whew. Bringing energies up from the bubbling wells on the inside of the legs, okay, to both symmetrical mirror, but the spleen is going to turn yellow. Ooh. Ooh. energies up. Okay. Spleen turns yellow. The energies are cleaning and nourishing the spleen, and the stale energies from both channels are coming up here to the armpits and out the sides. Ooh. 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 Again, 6 repetitions. Rest a little while between the set, just a little while. And do 3 to 6 sets of 6 to 9 repetitions. Okay, this is the finishing the last stage of the stomach and spleen exercise. Okay, and it's place your hands on your knees or on the upper knee chakras. Okay, and you're going to go around. Okay, now you move your head. Okay, point your head or your nose. We'll say point your nose in the direction that you'll be turning. Okay, like this. Okay, take it easy. You're very relaxed. Okay, circular movement. Very relaxed. Very, very relaxed. Circular movement. Do 21. I'm starting out clockwise. The breathing is natural. Anyway, that's comfortable. Okay, and you reverse it. Okay. Do 21 and the anti-clockwise. Again, nose, we'll call it the nose face, in the direction that you're moving. I like to just do these without counting. I've done so many instructions where I have to count all the time, and it feels good just to relax and do these without counting, and do it until I feel I have done enough. But 21 is the number. There is this idea of these odd numbers, 21, 9, 7, that are recommended for repetitions in traditional Chinese medicine. So we'll say 21. Okay. Once you finish that, then you put your legs like this here. This will be the last. This will be the end. This will be the last exercise in the stomach and spleen. And there's these points just about 4 fingers below the kneecap. There's a There's a little bone. There's a bone there. Okay. Shin bone on top, and there's a little soft area right there. Right there. Usually quite tender for people. Okay. I want to take your knuckles like this here, and you're gonna give that a reasonably good wrap. 100 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right. That finishes off the traditional Chinese Qi Gong. And you would finishing off with the exercise for the ligaments and tendons, the gargling exercise, and then rest for 3 to 5 minutes on the lying posture, hands facing down, feet shoulder width apart. Okay, this exercise is the finishing up exercise that you do at the end of your session. So you would do your preliminary exercises, then whatever exercises you choose to do. If you have weak lungs, you would work on the lungs, or you can do the entire set, all the organs, all 5 organs, all 5 groups. But then you need to do a finishing off exercise. And this is done by you're generating saliva. Okay, you're going to do that by rubbing your tongue on the tips of your lips. Right? And make a circle. And then generate saliva. Okay, I can work your jaws a bit. You have to keep making a circular movement until you get saliva. There with your tongue on your lips in a circular motion. Okay, when you start to get enough, you're going to gargle it. Deep inhalation, long, very slow exhalation, gargling.
Then you swallow your saliva and follow that movement down to your dantian center, and then just lay for a few minutes and relax. Okay, now when you do the gargling, you can do 20 or 30 of those. Just take your time. It's very relaxing. And then at the end, after you swallow your saliva, you just lay at, this is the cooling off, the finishing period here. You're bringing the qi, everything back to the dantian center, and then you're relaxing. This exercise, the gargling, is a finishing off, but traditionally in this medical Qigong, this exercise is for the tendons and ligaments, mostly the tendons.
Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme